Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will show you how to create the custom ISO for the Windows Server 2019. How to create the ISO from the system running Windows Server 2019 with pre-installed softwares and pre-created users. Let's start. This is my system. If I go to run and type here WinWar, okay, I'm having Windows Server 2019 and version is 1809, and I have logged into my Windows Server through the local administrator, and this is my IP address. I will copy this command and I will give it in the run to start the sysprep. Once I press the OK, sysprep will reboot my system and it will take me to the default local administrator account. I will press OK. Sysprep is working now. System is restarting. Sysprep has brought us to the default local administrator account. At this stage, we have to first delete the all user accounts except local administrator account, and after that we will run the disk cleanup. To delete the all other user account, you can go to start, control panel, user account, manage another account. Here you will find all the other user account and you can delete all those user accounts. In my system I have only local administrator account, there is no user account, so nothing to do for me. I will go to run and I will give the command clean mgr. Okay. On this window of the disk cleanup, we have to select temporary files, internet cookies, downloaded program files, and we have to select the older version of Windows also if it is present. We have to delete all the maximum possible files which we can delete. So that unwanted files from the C drive get removed. I will click OK, delete files. This cleanup has completed. On this window, at the first drop down, I will select the OOBE. I will tick generalize. In this drop down I will select shutdown. I will press OK. Sysprep will be executed and it will shut down my system. I will power on the virtual machine. Next, accept. I will set the password for the local administrator. I will confirm the password. Finish. I will press the Ctrl Alt Delete here. I will provide the password for the administrator. We have now successfully logged into the local administrator account. Yes, it has taken the IP address from the DHCP also. I will minimize this. At this stage, install all the required softwares in your server, whichever you want to, and install your server with the latest patches. I have done some custom setting in my server, and I have applied this wallpaper also to my server. If I go to run appwise.cpl, these are all the required softwares. These are all the softwares I have installed in my server. You can install all the required software whichever you want to. At this stage, I have logged in to my server through local administrator. If I go to view installed updates, these are all the patches installed in my Windows server. You have to install all the latest patches in the server at this stage. I will close this. I will go to this PC. I will eject this. I will go to C drive. Users. These are all the users available in my server. You have to create all the users whichever you want to. Just do the log off login once in each user which you have created. I will close this. I will now go to this PC. And I will go ahead and rename my C drive as Windows, and I will rename my E drive as data. I will go to E drive and I will make the new folder here with the name Scratch. now we have to connect the bootable media to the to the system, bootable Windows Server 2019 ISO or the bootable pen drive or the Windows Server. I will go to virtual machine setting and I will go to CD DVD drive and I will connect the Windows Server 2019 ISO. You can see here ISO is connected to the system. I will close all. I will reboot my system and I will boot my system through the connected media now. I will interrupt the boot process to go to boot manager or boot list. I will go to CD DVD drive because we have connected the bootable ISO to the CD DVD drive. I will hit enter here to start the booting through the ISO. I will press any key. At this stage you have to click the shift plus F10 to go to command prompt. I will go ahead and press the shift plus F10. Command prompt has been opened now. I will type here disk part. I will type here list space VOL. You can see here the letter for my Windows drive is C and the letter from my data drive is D. Note here the letter showing here may be the different from the actual letters of the drive. I will type exit here and hit enter to exit the disk part. Here I will give this command to start saving the install.wm file. This would be the path for saving the install.wm file, which would be saved in data drive, and C drive is my capture drive, and this is the path of the scratch folder in the data drive. This is the ISO name. Actually name is not important here. This will be used in the next step where we will create the ISO. I will hit enter to start the install.wm file saving. Install.wm file creation is in progress. Install.wm image saving is about to complete. It has completed here. I will close this. I will close this window also. It will now reboot my system normally to the operating system. I will provide the password for the administrator. I have logged into the administrator. I will go to this PC. I will go to data drive. This is the install.wm image which we have just created. And this is the scratch folder which was being temporarily used during the creation of the install.wm file. I will eject the bootable media from the system. I will close this. I will go to this PC. I will go to data drive and I will right click and create the new folder with the name my_files. This is the Windows Server 2019 ISO. I will right click on the ISO and I will mount it. I will open the mounted ISO. And I will copy the all content of the mounted ISO. I will go to data drive my_files folder and I will paste here. This is the complete content which we have just copied from the mounted ISO. I will right click and cut the install.wm file. I will go to my_files sources and I will paste here. One install.wm file is already present here. I will go ahead and replace this. I will close this. I will open the browser. And I will go to google.com. I will search here assessment and deployment tools for Windows Server 2019. I will open the first link. If I go to run and I will type the WinVer, my Windows version is 1809. I will download this ADK setup for the Windows version 1809. I will click here to download the file ADK setup. I will open the download folder. I will double click to start the installation of ADK setup. next, next, accept. Here I will untick the all other options and I will keep the tick only on deployment tools. I will click on install. ADK setup has been installed. Close. I will close this window also. I will close the browser also. I will go to start and I will right click on deployment and imaging tools and I will click on run as administrator. I will type here cd backslash and hit enter to go to C drive. I will copy this command and I will paste here. This is the my underscore file folder path inside the E drive. And this should be the name of the final ISO, which would be saved directly in the E drive. I will hit enter. Sorry, some two wrong characters are there in my command. I will delete those characters. Okay, now my command is correct. I will hit enter, which will start the saving of final ISO. Final ISO creation is in progress. Final ISO for the Windows Server 2019 is about to complete. It has completed here. I will minimize all this. I will go to E drive. This is the Windows Server 2019 final ISO, which we have just created in this step. This is my VMware workstation installed on my main system, and this is the virtual machine on which we were working previously, and this is the final ISO which we had created in the last step. I have copied it on my desktop. I will create the new virtual machine and I will connect the copied final ISO to install the operating system from that ISO. will give the processor and RAM size here for the virtual machine. I will give the hard disk size for the virtual machine. So here new virtual machine has created. I will go to setting of the virtual machine. I will go to CD DVD drive and I will give the path of the ISO which I have copied on my desktop. I will power on the virtual machine, which will start the operating system installation from the connected ISO. I will press any key. Next, install now. I accept. Next, custom, new, apply, OK. Next, operating system installation from the connected ISO has started. It is rebooting here to complete the installation. So operating system installation from the connected ISO has completed here. I will give the Alt Control Delete. I will provide the password for the administrator. Here I have logged in to the administrator of the newly created virtual machine. I will go to run appwise.cpl. These are all the pre-installed software which we got from the previous system through the ISO. If I go to view installed updates, these are all the pre-installed patches which we got from the previous system through the ISO. I will minimize this. I will go to this PC, C drive, users. These are all the pre-created users which we got from the previous system through the ISO. That's it for today, friends. I will wrap up my video here. Like the video, share the video with the friends and spread the knowledge. Subscribe the channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.